Ayo, what is up everyone? It is the Alpha J of the Alpha J Show, and today we're going to be talking about Teen Titans. After the recent success of my double verses, I recently partnered up with Amino for this one review to talk about Teen Titans as my first sponsored review. I've talked about how much I love the concept of Amino, and I still use it to this day. I talk about how much I love Teen Titans and still watch it to this day, so I couldn't say no. What's Amino? It's the best app you haven't downloaded yet. When it comes to building or engaging in communities that have some of the same interests you have, whether it's Teen Titans or Teen Wolf or Teen Titans Go, there's tons of communities there for you to participate in polls, talk to cool people, see good fan art, enter a challenge, or just chat with people who like the same things that you do. There's so much to do on Amino that you honestly will not get bored. It's specifically tailored to fit your interests in whatever community you choose. Speaking of the Teen Titans Amino community, I posted a few things there myself, and I highly recommend you check it out with the links down below. So like with Star vs, Gravity Falls, and Code Lyoko, Teen Titans is a very story-driven kind of show. So let's begin with where it all started. So we start off with a broadcast of the Hive team, or just the new members in general, who were the top graduates from HAEYP, or Hive Academy for Extraordinary Young People. The animation is really slow, but this is the first episode, so I'm sure it gets better from here. From what it looks like, they seem very in tune with each other, and sell their service.
Gizmo, the boy genius whose intellect can conquer any problem with an inventive solution. Jinx, the enchanting sorceress whose powerful hexes mean bad luck for her enemies. And Mammoth, the genetically enhanced giant whose unstoppable strength speaks for itself.
The broadcast turns off, and I'm assuming a Hive Academy representative presents them to this dude. His name is Slade, and as you can tell from his short sentences, hidden identity, and his early importance to the beginning moments of this episode, he's very important. Slade is impressed, but wants a group that can work in the real world. Obviously, there isn't shooting hexagons in the world. That'd be crazy. Now excuse me while I go install my security shooting heptagons. Hear it once, and you'll fall in love. Sung by Puffy Amiyumi, the opening tune always gets my attention. I like how it also has that soft, but present modern feel to it, as if this is truly what a teen would want their theme song to sound like. It's all very well put together, and in my opinion, better than the Reboot's theme song. Getting back to the episode, we are met with Cyborg, Beast Boy, and later Raven. Beast Boy and Cyborg are half arguing, half looking for the remote. I like how in superhero shows, you're told through the story a lot to be responsible, and tidy, and always on the ball, and here, the Titans Tower is a mess, and obviously not everyone is on the same page. That aversion from the superheroes are to follow the procedures and be very orderly, that aversion from that cliche really shows some unique character. Beast Boy claims that it wasn't him that lost the remote, despite him losing things in the past, shown here by this very funny sequence, that involves a temporary shift in art style. Raven steps in because she lost her concentration reading, and tells them both that a TV is worthless in the grand scheme of things. It devolves into a three-person argument before Robin tries to calm the situation down. It's very interesting to see how they're all acting how teenagers act, despite all of them being from different locations. Robin also suggests that they should go out to eat.
Can we please just order something?
As long as it's vegetarian.
Come on, man, how can you deny me the all-meat experience?
Dude, I've been most of those animals.
Yeah, he's got a point there. Kinda wish they kept continuity in the newer show. Remember earlier how Slade wanted the new Hive Academy graduates to perform in the real world? Well, it turns out that the Hive know where the Titans are because villain. Luring the Titans very efficiently with a baby carrier and a rogue bus, Robin and Starfire save the baby carriage with Raven and Cyborg stopping the bus. Unfortunately for them, it was all a trap by the crew, who end up getting the upper hand on the Titans.
What do you call an idiot with a rocket on his back?
Dude!
Although clearly dated, it is still what I would consider to be watchable. The creative way the villains induce violence is still very refreshing, even with all of the newer and better looking superhero shows that come out. In the chaos, Robin falls into what looks like sewer water, and disappears, at least for now. Also, small note, but the hive seems to have fallen through the crack as well, based off of this clip here.
Tell me that didn't just happen.
It did happen. We cannot change the truth, no matter how much we dislike it.
Who knew we had a doctor in the house? Thanks.
I could have sworn I got done talking about love in, the previous few videos? Well, this is also pretty interesting as well to plant the seeds, but it is the first episode, so I'm not going to jump to any conclusions. We get a different perspective from each of the Titans. Have you ever seen a scene in a movie or show where something big happens, and every character gets one line? That's not the case here. Raven is usually quiet and reserved, but here, she isn't showing her usual anger, spite, or apathy. Beast Boy is very playful, and earlier was tossing the blame about a TV remote, but here he's the voice of reason. Cyborg is usually loud, and was also arguing over said TV remote, but here, he is very soft-spoken, and actually full of regret. It's a very good scene if you couldn't tell. So someone approaches the Titan's tower, maybe it's Robin, but there's also 11 minutes left, so boom, Hive team. And this is also a really good fight scene. The way the Titans aren't necessarily fighting, but holding their ground, parallels how in the other episode I reviewed Sisters, in that episode, the beginning scene was all 4 of these Titans trying to fight the squid, and unsuccessfully. It shows the amateur and still in development nature of the Titans, and it makes you look forward to seeing them not only develop, but get to a point where episodes like this do seem very different in terms of their strengths and abilities. Although Cyborg gets a temporary upper hand on Gizmo, his super intelligence comes into play and gets Cyborg kicked out of his own tower. This whole cartoonish aspect of the episode is highlighted well here, with the tower bending and twisting, and that's another point I bring up in a different form in my Gumball Versus that I want to apply here. Although Teen Titans is leaning towards a more anime-esque style of presenting its animation, these small cartoonish moments are probably what glued the bridge between watching this as a casual fan and watching this as an anime fan. You have the advantage of using more intricate art commonly seen in anime, but you also have the built-in love for cartoonish Western animation, and by fusing them together in a non-pandering way, because the staff appears to understand both, it's the best of both worlds. As they say,
¿Por qué no los dos?
That didn't just happen. Tell me that didn't just happen.
Get out of my systems. Get off me.
Robin, where is Robin? I do not understand.
Gotta
We
get
searched
the others.
everywhere.
How could you
All we
not
found
find
was
him?
this.
People do not
no.
just vanish.
I should have been there. I should have known.
firstly, that music in the background is amazing. Secondly, this entire scene is great, and a perfect example of using your assets again. Here, the assets aren't used to save money or to speed up production at the risk of sacrificing overall quality. It's used to remind everyone on what they were thinking before they got beat up twice. It's a great all is lost moment. The Titans all fight, and at the brink of disbandment, Robin appears in all of his glory. They have the last and final battle of this episode anyway, between the Hive, and this is arguably the best one. Unlike in Sisters, where some fights weren't really all that amazing, all of the fights here actually are really well crafted. The Titans not only use stealth, but teamwork, unlike the last time where they all tried to fight and at the same time had their own individual plans. I also appreciate the parallels between the Titans being tossed on each other in the beginning, and now the Hive gets a taste of their own medicine. In fact, that's a perfect way to describe this final fight. Gizmo gets his electrical parts messed up, like how he did to Cyborg. Jinx gets crushed, like what she appeared to try to do to Beast Boy. Mammoth gets manhandled, like what he did in the beginning with the bus. They fail because Pilot, and Gizmo informs Slade of the situation. And I do have to say, that's not really a smart move. That's like being punched and your response is not to run or fight back, but right in that person's face, call the police? I think they should rename you Wizmo, because that plan was smart. Yes, I do know why he had to do it in front of Robin, but that's really contrived, and only for the plot. They have another teen moment, like with the carnival scene in Sisters, and that was Teen Titans' final exam. Teen Titans received mixed reviews upon coming out, and with hard work, effort, and staying true to its principles, Teen Titans became one of the best superhero shows on Cartoon Network to bridge the anime gap with Western animation tied in, at least in my opinion. The action in this pilot was very well done, and left me wanting to see more. The way they act as teens, or young adults, but not too mature, is really what sells this. I'm looking forward to talking about this. It's a great series, and if you love it, and you have a smartphone, download Amino, join the community, talk about it. It's really active, and full of fans like yourself. But what do you think about Teen Titans and this pilot here? Let me know in the comments down below, or on Twitter at The Alpha J Show, or on my public Discord. Links are always in the description below, along with the request video. The only video I take requests from. Technically here, although this is a sponsored video from Amino, someone actually did request for me to take on Teen Titans Go again, so there's also that. If you really like this video, you can check out my review of the second episode here in this versus, as well as my Code Lyoko review if you like these anime-like Cartoon Network shows. Make sure to subscribe, and always feel free to consider my Patreon. As always, I hope your time is well spent, and Alpha out.